everyone, it's Ape from Camp Moseywood. I'm here in Chester County in my kitchen, and I want to talk a little bit today about foods that you take on a hike with you. Alright, so when we go hiking, we don't want to take perishable foods. So I'm not going to come over to my refrigerator, open it up, and get everything out that I need and throw it in my bag and bring it, because then it can go bad. Instead, we're going to do non-perishable things. So today, we're going to do fruit leathers, and we are going to do GORP. Alright, we're going to do fruit leathers. Fruit leathers are kind of like fruit roll-ups, but the homemade kind. The things you need in order to do fruit leathers are an oven, or dehydrator would work as well as a cookie sheet, parchment paper, a spatula, spoon, knife, anything like that, and applesauce. So I have the individual applesauces here because this is what we use in our lunches, but if you have a jar of applesauce, that would totally work as well. Step one is to preheat the oven. We're going to put it at 200 degrees, which is super low because we need to cook it at a low temperature for a long time. So 200 degrees. All right, now it's time to get started. We're going to take our parchment paper and we are going to line our pan with our parchment paper here. Okay? For me, my parchment paper doesn't quite fit, but it'll work out just fine, okay? So I'm honestly going to tuck it under because I'll probably cut that off at the end, but right now we're good to go. All right? Now I'm going to go ahead and start adding my applesauce. My applesauce happens to already be flavored cinnamon, so I don't need to really add anything to it. If I wanted to, though, if it was regular applesauce and I wanted it a little more flavorful, I could totally add a little bit of sugar and a little bit of cinnamon. You could even throw some clove in there if you want. But for me, I'm just going to go with what I have here. And I am going to make a nice thin layer of applesauce across the whole thing. So we're going to zoom in here and watch me fill it up. And you want it to be nice, even, not too thick, pretty thin, across the whole thing. There we go. All right, now that it's evenly spread, I cut my extra parchment paper off. It's time to go into the oven. We're going to put it right in the middle of the oven. And it's going to cook for 3 to 4 hours. Remember, lots of time, low temperature, and it'll be good. We'll check back on it later. All right, it's been 1 hour. Let's see how it's doing. All right, still really applesaucy. It's still got a ways to go. Two hours in. Let's see how we're doing. Ooh. You can see around the edges that we're starting to get there, but we're not quite there yet. So I am going to use my awesome oven mitt that the Fashion Patrol made and go ahead and turn this around, making sure it's spinning, and we're good to go. All right, we're about 3 hours and 20 minutes. Let's check on it and see how it's doing. So you notice that most of it is pretty good. Okay, getting in here nice and close. It's a little gooey, but if you see some of the thicker parts, they're still still a wee bit squishy, so it needs a little bit longer. Alright, it has been 4 hours and I bet you it's done. Let's look inside and see. Oh, look at that beauty. We're going to go ahead and bring that out, of course, carefully because it's in a hot oven. And take a look at it. Notice how it is nice and crispy. It's not like crispy, it's more like a little bit gooey. But it's nice and dried out, and it looks delicious. Now the trick here is to let it cool a little bit, but we don't want a lot of moisture to get back in. So it needs to be cool enough to put into a Ziploc bag, but we don't want to leave it out for a long time, or the moisture will get back in, and then it won't be as good to go onto your trip hiking or backpacking. As you can see, the applesauce is now nice and thin. And this comes right off. And it is just like a fruit roll-up. And it tastes delicious. So now you can take a pizza cutter and cut it into small strips for your group to eat, because one person doesn't need to eat all this. They can. They don't have to. But you can cut it into strips just like fruit roll-ups, and you can use the parchment paper that it's on, roll it right up, and put it in your Ziploc bag so that you're ready to go. Alright, so I cut my fruit leather here, and now I can just roll it up into just a roll like that, and put it in my Ziploc, and make sure to seal it so that I am ready to go with my fruit leather snack. And I just want to show off one more time that beautiful hot mitt that I got from the Fashion Patrol. One of the most common hiking snacks is GORP, or trail mix. You can get the prepackaged kind that's already made for you, like Chex Mix or things like that, or you can make your own. GORP stands for Good Old Raisins and Peanuts. The great thing about GORP is that while it stands for Good Old Raisins and Peanuts, you can put whatever you like in it. As well as you, if you have a group, all can put something different in yours. What you need is a Ziploc bag or some kind of little plastic bag that is sealable. And then whatever you like and whatever you might have around your house. So here I have in my house, I have some walnuts, raisins, one of my favorite types of cereals, Cookie Crisp, and Reese's Pieces. In order to make your GORP, you can make it with whatever you want, and you just put enough for whatever type of hike you're going on. So if it's just a short hike, you might not need a big snack. But if it's a longer hike, you might need a big snack. You might even want a big enough bag that you can have snacks on multiple days. So here, I put my cereal in, and now I'm going to put raisins. I like raisins, so I'm going to put those in. You could also do other types of dried fruit, like dried apricots, dried pineapple, all that good stuff. I'm going to put my walnuts in. They're good protein. You could use peanuts, almonds, any type of nut there that you want. Sunflower seeds are also really good in GORP. And I like to add a little bit of like a chocolate or a candy type, and that's where I have my Reese's Pieces here. And I'm going to add those in. Now that I have it all in here, I'm going to seal it. And I'm going to make sure the air is out of it because it's better to pack without air. And it also stays fresher. And then I'm going to do my favorite part. I'm going to shake it up because I want it all mixed together. And once it's all mixed together, then it's good to go. And I can throw it into my backpack and take it on the hike with me. And then when I get hungry, I just reach in and snack. Thanks for joining me here in my kitchen to make our hiking snacks. So remember, today we made fruit leather and we made GORP. There's tons of different things that you can make, that you can dehydrate, that can be non-perishable and go with you on your hike. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed making your hiking snacks with me today. Remember, Girl Scouts isn't canceled, we just moved it home.